Hey y'all, it's Janine. This is going to be my first tutorial. I'm so excited. I just got another Wet n Wild palette. Of course, big surprise there because I'm kind of Wet n Wild crazy right now. But I picked up the Trio Knock on Wood, and the colors are so pretty, and I enjoyed applying them so much that I thought I would show you guys how I did it. So I'm going to show you how I did my eyes, but I'm also going to show you my contouring blush and lips as well. I hope y'all really enjoy it. Anyway, so let's just get started. First, I'm going to show you the products, collectively that I use on my face today. And then I'm going to go into the tutorial and show you how to achieve the eye look and the contour and blush and lip look. And that's it. So let's get started. Okay, so here are all the products that I'm going to be using for this tutorial today. These are my Eco Tools eyeshadow brushes, my e.l.f. eyeliner brush, my Bare Essentials angled eyeliner brush, an Ulta blush brush, e.l.f. contour brush. This is a Bare Essentials flawless face brush, e.l.f. cream eyeliner in chocolate, CoverGirl Lash Blast mascara in very black, my e.l.f. eyelash curler, my e.l.f. Treat and Tame eyebrow gel. This is the Ulta eye makeup remover pen in case I make any mistakes with my mascara or liner. I'm going to be using this side of this Ulta lip gloss. This is Cosmo. I'm going to be using the halo side of this lip liner to outline the outside of my lips. I'm going to be using my Absolute Lip Crayon in burgundy. And this is an e.l.f. lipstick. The name of it is Gypsy. I'm going to use my e.l.f. eyelid primer. My CoverGirl Simply Ageless with Olay Regenerist in 215. The CoverGirl Simply Ageless primer. This is the Rimmel 25-Hour Foundation in color 201, which is classic beige. This is my Ulta blush in Adore. I'm going to be using this side of this e.l.f. contour and blush to do my contouring. This is the main eyeshadows I'm going to be featuring today. This is a Wet n Wild palette in Knock on Wood. I'm going to be using all three of these colors. And I'm going to be using this top creamy color in the Wet n Wild Lust palette. So that's everything I'm going to be using today. Let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, so I've already applied my primer and my foundation, and I put the e.l.f. eyelid primer on both eyes. And I also applied concealer. I applied it under my eye, and also applied the concealer on the lid. And now we're going to get started. Oh, and I also did one eye already. So now I'm going to get started and show you how I achieve this look. I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see a little bit better. Okay. So I'm going to start with the e.l.f. palette in Knock on Wood. And I'm going to start with this top shade that they're labeled the brow bone shade. But I'm going to apply this all over my lid. And I'm using the Eco Tools brush that's labeled Blend. It's just a nice big brush that'd be perfect for placing this shadow all over the lid. And make sure you get good coverage and get it, as far as you like your shadow, to the edge of your eyelid and in the corner. Okay, I think I'm going to put just a little more up here. These colors were so well pigmented that I felt like this was a better lid color. It's very pretty. Now I'm going to take the Eco Tools brush that's labeled Shade, and you can see it's just just a nice small brush. And I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Lust palette, and I'm going to use this nice creamy shade here, and I'm going to apply it underneath my brow. And don't worry if your line, if it's kind of a harsh line, because we're going to blend before we're done, and we're going to soften out any edges. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to need just a little more right here. And now I'm going to take this little tiny brush here, and it's called a smudge. It's got a really small tip on it. I'm going to apply it in that cream color, and I'm going to put it on the inside tear duct. Okay. And now I'm going to take the brush that's labeled Crease, and it's an angle brush, and I'm going to put it in the color that's marked Eyelid. I'm going to get some of that color on my brush, and I'm applying it. I'm not applying it to the side of the brush. I'm going straight into the color and just applying it on the end of the brush. And I'm starting about right here where the corner of my eye comes up, and I'm starting right there, and I'm going to apply this color in my crease. And remember, we're going to be doing some blending, so if you have any harsh edges, or if maybe you get the color in more places than you wanted, we're going to go back and even things out and correct anything that we're not happy with. See, like right here, I feel like I got it a little bit too far this way, but I'm going to fix that. Okay. And now I'm going to take the brush that's labeled Highlight, and I'm going to put that in the color that they have marked Crease. Okay, and I'm going to do a circular motion right here in the corner of my eye. And I'm going to start bringing that color up. And blend it in as I go. I see I have a little fallout here, but I'm going to clean all that up before I'm done. And I'm also going to bring this color along the top of my lash line, just about halfway. And see, I got a little excess product on my brush, so I just tapped it off. And I'm just going to continue to work this color, blending it as I go. Bring it down this way a little bit, just to blend it and make the colors look more seamless. Okay, now I'm doing a check to see, if it's even with this eye here. And I got this one out just a little bit further, so I'm going to clean that up with a tissue and bring the color in you know, where it doesn't come outside of my eye so far. And I'm going to deepen the color a little bit to match the other eye. Now this is a look you can definitely go softer with, or you can continue to layer color and make it deeper. Okay, I think we're just about there. Okay, that's looking good. And you bring it up just a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the blend brush. And I've cleaned it off. I've just wiped it off on a towel. And I'm just going to use it to blend and soften any edges. And blending is really the key to getting the colors and the effect to look like it was done by a professional. The better you blend and soften out edges, the prettier the effect. Okay. That looks good. I'm going to wipe my brush off. Yes, I see a little area right here on the inside that I need to blend out a little bit better. But I didn't want to bring those dark colors on the inside of my eye. Okay, now I had the same look with this eye, and I felt like this area right in here was just a little bit dark. It's not showing up on camera quite as well. So what I did was I went back to the Lust palette, and I picked up this creamy shade again right here, and just a little bit, not much, and I just came in right here with it very lightly, just to lighten up this area a bit. I'm going to clean my brush off again and blend a little bit. Okay. That looks good. Let's see. And it's matching the other eye. I also took just a tiny bit of that color, just a little bit, and put it right in the center here, just for a little highlight. Not much. Okay. Now I'm going to use my e.l.f. liner brush, and forgive that I've used it and washed it so many times. I think it's time for me to trim some of the hairs off from it. But I'm going to go into that crease color again, and what I'm going to do is load my brush with it, and I'm going to line my upper lash line with it, and I'm also going to go under my lower lashes with this color. Now I know experts say to not stretch your eye out. when you're applying your liner, but it's the only way I can do it and make it work. And we're going to go almost all the way to the corner with it, but not quite all the way. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on the lower lash line. Okay. Now the line does look, quite thick, but there again I am going to go back and clean it up and neaten it up a bit when I'm done. Okay, now I'm going to take my e.l.f. cream eyeliner in coffee. And you can see this has gotten some love. And I'm going to take my Bare Essentials eyeliner, angled eyeliner brush. And I'm going to load it with cream eyeliner. And I'm going to line my upper lash line and my waterline with this. And just take your time with this. Now, if you wanted a really dramatic effect, you could definitely use a thicker line and you could wing it out. I'm going for more everyday wearable look. But definitely if you wanted to make the look deeper for an evening look, you could do that. Now I'm going to lower my I'm going to line my waterline now. Okay, and to set the color, I'm going to take my e.l.f. liner brush again, and I'm going to load it with this crease color. And tap off the excess, and I'm just going to gently dab it right over that cream eyeliner that I just applied to my waterline. I gotta tell you, this is the best technique. The color stays on my waterline so much longer this way. I've tried just about every waterproof pencil, eyeliner, liquid eyeliners, and this is the best technique that I've found so far, is to use this cream eyeliner. Now, I've never tried the high-end. I've heard good things about high-end eyeliners, or the cream eyeliners or gel eyeliners. But this is a dollar eyeliner from e.l.f. and it works beautifully. It is very creamy. It applies nicely, and then when setting it with this powder, it stays for hours, which is really good in my opinion, because I find that the pencil eyeliners don't stay not even an hour, 30 minutes if you're lucky. Okay, now that I'm through applying that, I'm going to clean up any excess that I have here, a little fallout, straighten up that eyeshadow that I used, and then I'm going to curl my lashes and apply my mascara. So I'm going to pause while I'm just neatening up a little bit. Okay, I'm back, gotten things neatened up a little bit. I cleaned up here and brought the color in a little bit so it didn't come quite so far outside of my eyelid area, and clean things up under here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do with my eyelashes, because I have gotten some questions about how I make my eyelashes stand out, and I don't do anything really all that special. I just use an eyelash curler. I use my e.l.f. eyelash curler and CoverGirl Lash Blast mascara in Very Black. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I just curl them and check to see what they look like, and if they're not quite the way I want them, not standing up quite enough, I just go back and do it again. And just keep doing it until they look the way I want. Okay, that looks good. Now the wand on this, this is the orange tube of the CoverGirl Lash Blast. It does have quite a large head on it, so it did take some practice to get used to it, but I really like it because it does apply quite a bit of product, so I don't have to apply as many coats. But I found the biggest key with using it was patience. Just to not get in a hurry and take my time. Go to the base of the lashes and wiggle as you come up with the wand. And that helps to separate the lashes and apply the product. Now this is the waterproof, and if there's one tip I can give you when it comes to applying mascara, to layer it until you get the desired effect. When you're using a waterproof mascara, the best thing to do is to continue to layer it while the mascara is wet. But if you're using a non-waterproof, then it can dry in, actually it's better if it dries in between coats for a better layered effect without clumps or spider legs. But for some reason the waterproof does better if you layer it while it's wet and don't let it dry in between coats. Now the upper lashes are really not that difficult. With this wand, what's a little more difficult is the lower lashes because it is so large, and this did take quite a bit of practice for me to get used to using it on my lower lashes. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to do the lower lashes. And there again, it's just a matter of taking it nice and slow and being patient. So, I'm just going to continue to layer the mascara on my lower lashes. Again, just very light touch. Patience is the key here. Okay, that looks good. Now, you tell me what you think. Do both eyes look alike? I think they do. And that's how I got this eye look. Now I'm going to show you how I apply my contouring and my blush and my lip products, and then we're going to be all done. Okay, I'm going to take my contour brush from e.l.f. and I'm going to go into this contour color here. I'm going to make a funny fish face and just apply it lightly under my cheekbone and up to my hairline. I'm just contouring on either side of my nose. And now I'm going to go on my jawline. And I learned a little tip from Candy Johnson about helping with this area here where I have a bit of a double chin. She showed how to take the contour powder, and go under the chin with it and then draw a V. And fill it in. Okay, now I'm going to take that Ulta blush brush and I'm going to use the Ulta cheek color in Adore. And I'm going to make a fish face again. Okay, now I'm going to take my Bare Minerals Flawless Face brush and I'm going to blend everything out. We definitely don't want what I call lines of demarcation where just have a stripe of color. All we're wanting to do is create a shadow to help slim. Now, if you're somebody that has more contoured or slimmer face, you probably don't need to do all this contouring, but I have a fuller face, so it makes me feel better. Okay. Oh, I wish the lighting was better in here. This blush color is so pretty. Now I'm going to do the lips. I'm going to start with the Absolute Lip Crayon in Burgundy. And I'm just going to completely fill my lips in with it. And now I'm going to go over that with my e.l.f. lipstick. This is also from their dollar line, and this color is in Gypsy. And the lip crayon will just help the lipstick to last better. Of course, it deepens the color, but it also helps the lipstick to last longer. And now I'm going to use my Ulta lip gloss, Super Shiny Lip Gloss in Cosmo. Okay. Pretty. I like it. And now this was a tip I've seen a lot of the gurus on YouTube do just to really make the lips stand out. I'm going to take this lip liner from Ulta in Halo, and I'm just going to go around my Cupid's bow with it, and then not completely outline my lower lip line, but just a little. Such a pretty effect. Okay, so that was everything. That's how I did it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you've seen any other trios that I've used, or not just trios, but any of the color palettes that I have, please let me know if you'd like to see a tutorial on how I used them. I'd be happy to do that. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. As always, peace and love to all.